Rovers player-manager Jimmy Nicholl relished facing his old club but resisted the temptation to bring back another former Ranger, Gordon Dalziel. Rangers welcomed back striker Ali McCoist after his 5-month absence, and although goalkeeper Ali Maxwell began the game, he had to be replaced by Colin Scott at half-time because of a flu virus. The referee was Robert Orr from Kilbarchan. Commentator as usual, Jerry McNee.
So it's the partnership of McCoist and Haitley back together again that get the first ever Premier League meeting between these clubs underway. Rangers, in fact, bridging a 23-year gap. Their last league visit here way back in the days of the old First Division was in season 69-70, and they lost by 2-1. They won't want a repeat of that today. In fact, they were back here in Scottish Cup business a few years ago, 1989, and only managed a 1-1 draw, so it's never been an easy venue for them. And the message from manager Walter Smith is to turn disappointment from midweek into determination. Played forward now by Presley. It's a good one to Ali McCoist. And across comes Sean Dennis to make the challenge. But Rangers getting a tremendous ovation from their supporters when they come onto the field this afternoon. Murray trying the shot. It breaks out now to Trevor Stephen. And that's well taken by Scott Thompson. But, not a bad effort by Trevor Stephen, who has 2 goals to his credit so far this season. That's Rowbotham. They get through, but when drifting behind for the goal kick. And not the best of kick-outs from Maxwell. This is Presley to Housestrap. Good ball from Housestrap to Trevor Stephen. McCoist ahead of him. Haitley's there as well. It's Haitley! And just inches away from Mark Haitley, who has 8 goals so far this season. It's a good play by Rangers, good build-up. Trevor Stephen slotting the ball through. Nice little dummy there by Ali McCoist, and Haitley's first-time effort not far away. And that's a free kick to Raith Rovers. Rowbotham there fouled by Trevor Stephen. It's quickly taken by Nicholl. Little touch on by Heatherson to Ali Graham. This is Jason Dare. Sending in the high one. Graham's up there with the header. It's off the bar. Well, terrific play by Raith Rovers. Jason Dare sending the high one in, and Ali Graham bought for £120,000 just a couple of weeks ago. Almost giving Raith Rovers a lead. Well, Rangers know they have a game in their hands. This is Durant. Lifted by Gary Stevens to Trevor Stephen. Laid off by McCoist. This is Ferguson. That ball takes a deflection out of play for the throw to Rangers. Taken by Housestrap to Murray. It's aimed in at the head of Haitley. Punched away by the goalkeeper. It's Trevor Stephen. Well, certainly plenty of incident in this match so far. Ali Graham coming so close at the other end, and this one here knocked down by the goalkeeper, and Trevor Stephen following through. And not far away with this one. It's Goff's header. This is Stephen. Housestrap wide. Housestrap, well challenged by Jock McStay. McStay having a good solid match. By a powerful tackler, and he also picks a powerful shot. Murray's throw, touch from Haitley. Murray's in there again, looking for McCoist. Across comes Rowbotham. And the overhead kick gives Rangers the throw-in. Quickly taken to Ian Ferguson. Murray. Trevor Stephen. Ferguson. This is good play by Rangers. It's McCoist. And McCoist well challenged there, but the ball spins into the back of the net. 15 minutes gone, and Rangers take the lead, and Raith Rovers can't quite believe it. It seemed certainly McCoist would score. McCoist turning there. And the attempted clearance there coming off Heatherson. It was McStay who cleared. The ball came off Heatherson for the own goal. Well, that's a real blow for Raith Rovers, who had been doing so well. Here come Rangers again. It's Ian Ferguson! And it's a corner kick. Well, a tremendous shot by the Rangers midfielder. And the goalkeeper scrambling across. Powerful shot there, and a good touch by Scott Thompson. House round there, but the ball goes Raith Rovers' way. He plays it forward. That's a free kick against Presley. Foul on Graham. Presley had to be careful. He's conceded a few free kicks already. And Maxwell getting his defence organised. It's Jimmy Nicholl, the player manager, over the ball. And that's Hafley back helping in defence. Well, it's not properly cleared. This is Jason there. Meanwhile, Ali Graham is still on the ground, just on the 6-yard line, the Rangers 6-yard line, and the referee will halt the play here to allow some treatment. Well, the players haven't heard them, but the whistle has gone. Well, Ali Graham having to leave the field. The Raith Rovers reduced to 10 men for the moment as the game restarts. Examined play by Trevor Stephen for Rangers, but the pass not good enough to Dennis. Forward from Jimmy Nicholl. Presley's under pressure here. Clearance from Maxwell. Nicholl's in there again. He gets in the early cross. And so close there for Colin Cameron. And he's taken a knock. And the ball has gone behind for the goal kick. But good play by Jimmy Nicholl. Very determined play indeed. Sending the ball away out to the right, chasing after it, hitting the early cross into the near post. And Colin Cameron coming so close. It's a long one from Coyle. And a complete misheader there. And Richard Goff comes to Rangers' rescue, but some untidy defensive play. This is Robotham. Good play by Robotham, driving it through! It's a terrific goal! It's Jock McStay! 28 minutes! What a goal by Raith Rovers! What a goal by Jock McStay! Jubilation among the Raith Rovers fans. Well, there's no doubt about it. Raith Rovers deserved that goal. It was terrific play on the left by Jason Robotham. Getting well forward, whipping in the cross. And what a finish here from Jock McStay, right into the roof of the net. It's Raith Rovers 1, Rangers 1. The throw to Raith Rovers, given away though to Neil Murray. It's a bad throw that by Ronnie Coyle. This is Trevor Stephen. Looking for Hafley in the far side. And the ball goes behind for the goal kick. Well, it was a slack play initially by Ronnie Coyle that allowed Trevor Stephen to step in, get the cross away to the far post. And Hafley was lurking there as ever with the downward header just past the post. Here come Raith Rovers again. It's Heatherstone to Cameron. Deer's racing into the middle, and the ball just goes behind Jason Deer. Again, excellent play, and more applause from the home fans. Heatherstone leading by example. Getting through here, he had Cameron running wide to his right. And then the cross was whipped in, falling just behind Jason Dare. And out for the throw-in to Raith Rovers. It's a minute of injury time. It's been played in this first half again. The referee checks his watch. Doyle plays a long one forward. So Maxwell hasn't had a lot to do in the first half, but the defenders in front of him have been kept extremely busy. And there goes the half-time whistle. Well, a splendid first half and a terrific first half, particularly by Raith Rovers. And Jock McStay there, well, he was unlucky after 13 minutes. His attempted clearance came after a shot by Ali McCoist that came off Heatherstone for an own goal, but then he responded magnificently after 28 minutes. Great play in the left by Robotham. He whipped in the cross, and there was McStay to send the ball into the roof of the net. The half-time score here, Raith Rovers 1, Rangers 1. So Raith Rovers start the second half, and they'll be hoping to carry on where they left off for that very impressive first half performance. The Rangers trying to get forward. The Rangers have made a change in actual fact. Colin Scott has come on for Ali Maxwell. A change of goalkeeper for Rangers. Nicol again, headed away by Presley, led off by McCoist to Durant, looking for Haytley, but that's a good challenge by Sean Dennis. And now Steve Crawford breaking forward, still it's Crawford. Well, Presley was with him all the way, and very close to conceding a penalty kick. But great play by Crawford, determined play. Presley there, trying to hold them back, and they must have been coming very close here to conceding a penalty kick. Cleared upfield by Ronnie Coyle. Through to Jason Dare, who's onside. A little bit of space there. Plays it through early. Heatherstone almost making contact. It's away though by Trevor Stephen, only as far as Nicol. Still the pressure on the Rangers defence. Plenty of players back though. Nicol losing out to Durant. This is Trevor Stephen. Surrounded by Raith Rovers players. He keeps a cool head though, does well. This is Ian Ferguson stabbing it through now to Houstra. Being watched by McGeechy. Still it's Houstra. Good curl in that one. And well taken by Scott Thompson. Well, did a terrific bend in the ball there, did Peter Houstra. He did well to control it initially. He got away from McGeechy and brought out the save from Scott Thompson. That's better play by Peter Houstra. Rangers need more of that this afternoon. This is Houstra for Rangers. He's shot with that one now to Trevor Stephen. And it's Jimmy Nicol stepping in. Well, Trevor Stephen not at all happy with Peter Houstra there, remonstrating with the Dutchman. This is Stephen. And Jason Dare sending the ball out of play for the throw-in. McCoist, good turn by McCoist, going away from McGeechy, taking on Sean Dennis, and Dennis doing enough to block him. Well, what a game for Ali McCoist, come back. Finding it mighty tough out there today, but that's better play by him, getting away from McGeechy initially, and Sean Dennis doing enough to block him there. Houstra. Heatherstone trying to get forward. Up next Gary Stevens. Still it's Heatherstone. And not a bad effort by the Raith Rovers captain. Well, determined play by him. And he nutmegged Gary Stevens. Cut in past Richard Goff and let fly. This is Trevor Stephen. A long one for Haitley. Haitley trying to barge his way through. This is Trevor Stephen. And the ball goes behind for the goal kick. Well, some determined play by Haitley. And Sean Dennis and Ronnie Coyle both going to meet him. And the ball eventually broke out to Trevor Stephen. He steadied himself there and had the shot at goal. Goff's digging in there against Crawford. This is Durant for Rangers, looking for McCoist. He steps in, but Ian Ferguson gets a touch for Rangers. This is Haitley driving a low one in, and it was Robotham clearing, and eventually away by McGeechy. Haitley putting some real pressure on at last on the Raith Rovers defenders. Driving the ball in low and hard. And it was Robotham who stepped in, and then McGeechy who made the clearance. This is Haitley to Durant. Gary Stevens has got a bit of space. To Stevens. The offside flag has gone up. Well, Haitley colliding with Scott Thompson. The offside flag had gone up, in fact. And the temper's getting a bit frayed. Haitley's header, looking for McCoist. Well, even if not fully match fit, McCoist still carries a threat, but well policed there. Well, the Raith Rovers fans in full cry now, and they must take great heart from this performance this afternoon. Seconds my watch plus in injury time. With Gary Stevens. Can Rangers snatch a dramatic winner? It's aimed in at Haitley. McCoist in there, and that's good handling by Scott Thompson under a lot of pressure. And the goalkeeper's taken a knock. But it was Gary Stevens floating a long one forward. Haitley got the touchdown. McCoist swooped on it. And the goalkeeper came to meet him. Haitley climbing high there, getting a good touch. And then came McCoist. Scott Thompson came to meet him. Brave goalkeeping, good handling. Well, what a dream return that would have been for Ali McCoist if he'd just got there a second earlier. So that's a minute of injury time played. And there goes the final whistle. Well, a terrific performance for Jimmy Nicholl and Raith Rovers, and Walter Smith very sporting there. But he can be well proud of his men this afternoon. A superb performance by the Premier Division newcomers. The final score here at Starks Park, Raith Rovers 1, Rangers 1.
Yep, so 1-1, Rovers picked up one yellow card. Afterwards, Jerry spoke to Rovers boss, Jimmy Nicholl.
Jimmy, is that your best performance of the season so far?
Well, considering the start we had, yes. I mean, I was delighted again. We've had to come back from a goal down, which is a wee bit unfortunate. Jock McStay's tried to clear it and he's come up Peter Heatherstone. Then you tend to think, well, here we are against Rangers. It didn't start very well. I mean, particularly myself in the middle of the park. Trevor Stephen and Ferguson were knocking the ball away well. So I thought it was an uphill battle we gave ourselves. But they come back into it, and a good goal by Jock McStay. At the end, defensively, they were a lot more determined, and there was a lot of aerial stuff which I had to contend with, like Sean Dennis, George McGeechy, Ronnie Coyle at the back. Defensively, they played well, which was pleasing, but at the same time, the first half particularly, I thought they'd done well, yeah.
Well, Jerry, you said it, you're absolutely right. What a terrific performance by Rovers.
Yeah, I think Jimmy Nicholl can be proud of his team yesterday. I've forecast great things for him as a manager. I think he'll go on to do great things. The important thing for Raith Rovers is they haven't become detached, but they do have an uphill battle. Defensively, they haven't been good, although they improved yesterday. Tremendous spirit, I thought, typified by Sean Dennis, who really took on the aerial threat of Mark Hateley. And it wasn't until late in the game when you saw Hateley climbing above him that he really managed something there, but terrific performance.
Yeah, well, he won the vast majority of headers against Hateley and actually dominated him for most part of the game, which is something of a rare occurrence, considering the way Mark Hateley's been playing. And as you can see here, he was playing with a lot of confidence. His timing was bang on in the tackle. He even gets up here and knocks through a lovely through ball. And for me, this is terrific defending. When a forward's running at you inside the box, big lad like Sean Dennis, very mobile and getting a good tackle.
And Jace Robotham, it's difficult to pick a man of the match, but I thought he did a great performance as well. Not only did he defend well, but he pushed forward at every opportunity and carried a real threat.
Yeah, well, certainly had to defend the second half because Hoystra switched wings. He went over to the right, and Robotham never really gave him a look in. Certainly defensively situations in the second half, and right throughout the match he bombed forward at every opportunity. We've seen him setting up the goal there for McStay, which was a great run, but the whole game he actually used the ball well for the back. And I mean, it's somebody that I think he's only played made a handful of appearances for Raith Rovers, and I'd never really heard of him before, but I can assure you there was a lot of people talking about him afterwards yesterday, because as you say, Jerry, close thing with him and Sean Dennis for man of the match, but he really was. I thought he was outstanding.
And of course, he'd a spell down at Plymouth and Cardiff. I think it was Martin Harvey, the assistant manager, who discovered him.
Yeah, well, I think Jimmy's lucky he's got somebody like Martin Harvey with him, because it's obviously very, very difficult. We spoke about it in the past with Jim Duffy's the player, combining the player and the management. It's good that he's got somebody with Martin Harvey's experience alongside him.
Gordon, what about poor old Peter Heatherson, the OG? But it didn't affect his game, did it? No,
certainly not. I felt in the midfield area anyway yesterday. I didn't think it was particularly physical in the middle of the park yesterday, which is unusual for the Premier League, because normally you just can't put your foot in the ball at all. But the players in the middle of the park, you know, Ian Ferguson and Jimmy Heatherson in particular, were getting on the ball, and I thought there was some nice football played yesterday, particularly by Raith Rovers. I mean, they weren't knocking long balls. Jimmy Nichols obviously got them playing a bit of football, and I was certainly impressed with them yesterday. And of course with Peter Heatherson, who showed little things like that here, lovely control there. Unfortunately, that was boy run into an offside position, but and it gets a nice little break here. It gets through Gary Stevens' legs, and very positive run forward and a good shot.
Jerry, there have been some rumblings of discontent amongst some Rangers supporters about the performances of Trevor Steven. Now, on that evidence, he did all right, didn't he, to say the least?
He did, but I must say I was critical of him a couple of weeks ago as well. He's an experienced player, and Rangers need him at the moment. He must get more involved in games, and that's what he did yesterday. Took things with a scruff of the neck, and I think he was certainly Rangers' best player.
Well, I think the reason he did get more involved, I think, without question, Trevor Steven's better suited to the middle of the park. It's just a little bit unfortunate that he's been playing sort of on the right-hand side of midfield most of the season, and as I said, I think he's better in the centre of the park. It's just unfortunate they've got people like McCall and Ian Ferguson, Durant, and if you look at the four of them, Trevor Steven's probably the best suited to go out into that wide right position. But I thought he played really well yesterday, and good using of the ball, and I'm quite sure he'd prefer an extended run there, and that in particular was great. Play a long ball to Hateley, and then goes supports pounces on that little mistake.
So, Jerry, not surprisingly, Jimmy Nicholl well happy with that result then?
Yeah, I mean, I said before the ball was kicked this season, I thought Raith Rovers would go down, and of course, it's a tall order trying to stay up when 3 clubs will be relegated at the end of the season. But I found yesterday they're a club with a lot of spirit. They made everyone welcome. They're going to give it their very best shot, but it's going to be difficult, and they've got to tighten up defensively.
OK, Jerry Gordon, thanks.